and welcome to this effervescent yoga pose breakdown. My name is Brittany Hiller, and I'm so excited today to share Sukhasana, easy pose. The pose that looks very much like this when you're seated. When you go into a yoga class, you might find many people seated in this posture. They might begin their class often in this posture, and I want to share with you a little bit about it because it might seem easy, but it might not be. And here's why. A lot of us are working in computers, a lot of us are working at desks, and that means that we're seated for a very long time. So often so that we might have tight hamstrings, we might have tight hips. And so what happens is when we get into this posture, we might find that we are slightly rounded here. And so slightly rounded in the back means that we're not very well supported here. And we're not actually seated on our glutes. We're not actually seated on our bum, right? Instead, we're kind of rounding and rolling here. So if you have tight hips, tight hamstrings, you might find that this is difficult, especially tight glutes pulling down. You might find that this seat is difficult for you. So I want to give you a little bit of a tip here so that it lifts you up. One thing that you're going to do is you're going to grab either a block, a blanket, or a bolster, right? All three B's. And I want to break down for you each one and how it's a little bit different. And it might work best for you. So you get to choose which toy works for you. So we're going to start first with the blanket. And what the blanket does is it's going to allow our hips to come forward just a little bit. So, right, there's always that in between of where it seems like there's too much, either backwards or too much forwards. We want that just right moment. I often say it's like the three bears, right? We're trying to find that sweet spot, that mama bear spot. So here, what I've got going on now is I'm able to place feet on top of each other, and I'm able to press hips up and forward just a little bit. So my back isn't rounding anymore. I'm able to kind of press myself up because I have brought the earth up beneath me. So if you're super tight, you might still find that you're kind of rounding in the back. We're going to go up just a little bit more. So we're going to utilize the bolster. That brings you up at a couple more inches, depending upon, again, how chubby your bolster is, because they can be pretty wide. So you just want to check in what works best for you. If you find that this is too high, then of course, go for the blanket. So trying this again, Sukhasana, easy pose, allowing the feet to gently rest, and always giving yourself permission to change your feet. So you might find that when you're in class, if someone is talking while you're seated in this posture and it seems like a long time, it seems like one leg's going to sleep, give yourself the opportunity to switch your feet. You can move in your pose at any time. No one's going to be mean to you for that, right? So allow yourself that opportunity. So while we're here in the bolster, I'm going to tune into how I feel in my body, and I feel supported. I feel like I have both ischial tuberosities, both booty bones on the bolster, and I can feel myself lifted and supported up. So if those 3 points aren't for you yet, let's try the block. So I'm going to move the bolster out of the way and grab a block. Blocks come again also in many different sizes, and utilizing that same analogy of the three bears, we have here baby bear, mama bear, and papa bear. 3 different styles of the block that allow for you to lift even higher. I'm going to go with baby bear, and I'm going to sit right on that block. Whee! So now here, I'm up, I'm supported, I'm able to notice where I sit on the block, and it gives me space. So now I actually have the ability to have my knees down, whereas before they were kind of up. So check in which style works best for you for coming into Sukhasana, and I hope that you have more ease in your practice. Namaste.